My name is Ivanza Kenji Sakkay. I'm here to present my presentation about my project UTS Classroom Management. I'm from class 6C, and for now I'm going to present you the part 1, which is analyzing classroom organization. Definition of classroom organization. Classroom organization refers to the systematic arrangement of the physical space, learning materials, time, and student interactions in a classroom to promote effective teaching and learning. According to Emmer and Evertson from 2016, classroom organization involves structuring the physical environment, instructional materials, and student activities in ways that optimize learning and minimize disruption. This includes the layout of desks, use of classroom resources, and the flow of daily routines. Types of classroom layouts. 1. Traditional rows layout. Students sit in straight rows facing the teacher at the front. This layout is teacher-centered and ideal for lectures, tests, or large group instructions. According to Stewart and Alvarez from 1997, the traditional sitting arrangements such as rows are effective in maintaining order and focusing student attention on the teacher. Number 2. U-shape layout. Desks are arranged in a U-shape, allowing all students to face each other, and the teacher encourages discussion and eye contact. Marzano from 2003 notes that U-shaped seating can foster classroom interaction and give teachers better access to students. 3. Cluster of group layout. Students sit in small groups, usually 4 to 6 desks, to facilitate collaboration, group work, and peer learning. Group seating promotes cooperative learning and helps students develop social interaction skills, according to Johnson and Johnson 1994. 4. Circle layout. Desks or chairs are arranged in a circle, often used for discussion, storytelling, or Socratic seminars. It emphasizes equality and participation. Brookfield and Preskill from 1999 argued that circle seating encourages democratic dialogue and equal participation among students. Advantages and disadvantages of each layout. 1. Traditional rows layout. Advantages are clear teacher control and authority, minimize distractions, and is ideal for tests and lectures. But disadvantages is that limits student interaction, hard for group work or collaboration, teacher-centered and passive learning. 2. U-shaped layout. The advantages are encourages class discussions, teacher can maintain eye contact with all students, and it's easy movement for teacher monitoring. But the disadvantages is that it requires more space, may distract students seated across from each other, and it's not ideal for large classrooms. 3. Cluster or group layout. The advantages are promotes collaboration and teamwork, supports project-based or cooperative learning, increases students' engagement. The disadvantages are can be noisy and harder for manage. Some students may not participate equally, distracting if not supervised. 4. The circle layout. The advantages are fosters open dialogue and mutual respect, encourages equal participation, great for discussions and debates. The disadvantages are not suitable for not taking or individual work, difficult for a teacher to control large groups, and lastly is may feel exposed for shy students. Impact on student behavior and learning. Classroom setup, including arrangement, influences student socialization, student behavior, as well as student participation in lessons directly. Classroom organization will create an environment for positive learning, decrease misbehaviors, and as well as accommodate multiple learning styles. 1. Student engagement and participation. A formal interactive structure, clusters, or U-shape enhances the likelihood of active student learning and student interaction. As Marzano 2003, effective classroom organization enhances student engagement through ensuring the classroom is an environment that encourages student participation and reinforces learning goals. 2. Behavior management. Classroom structures like traditional roles minimize interruptions as well as instill discipline in undisciplined classrooms. Emmer and Everson from 2016 explained that strategic physical placement of desks helps control student behavior through limiting opportunity for misbehavior. 3. Academic performance. Students learn in environments that are specific for their learning activity. Clusters, for instance, are suited for work in groups, whereas rows are suited for test conditions. Barrett et al. From 2015 found that classroom design and organization can explain as much as 60% of variation in year-to-year progress in pupil learning. Emotional safety and comfort. Emotional comfort among students is enabled through inclusive layouts for calming anxiety, especially for discussion or presentation. Brookfield and Preskill from 1999 asserted that inclusive classroom arrangement builds student confidence and make them feel respected and heard. 5. Provision of learning styles. Different classrooms arrangement accommodate different learners. Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners do well in adaptive seating and activity-based classrooms. Tomlinson from 2001 points out that classroom environments that welcome diverse learning styles improve motivation as well as academic performance. 6. Student autonomy and responsibility. Classrooms with system in place that provide some student choice in seating or materials, like flexible seating, promotes independence and decision making. According to Kohn from 1996, giving students a sense of control over their learning environment encourages intrinsic motivation and responsible behavior. 7. Teacher-student interaction. Effective classroom organization makes the task of supervising, helping, and establishing a better teacher-student relationship easier for the teachers. Hetty from 2009 found that classroom organization supports positive student-teacher relationship, which play an influential role in student learning. 8. Inclusively and equality purposeful. Classroom design provides our students, including these with disabilities, with full access to structure, materials for instructions, and support from other students. Bersak from 2015 asserted that inclusive classroom design facilitates differentiated instruction and reduces barriers to participation. Strategies for effective classroom. 1. Model ideal behavior. Modeling ideal behavior is a crucial method in managing behavior in the classroom. As an educator, it is essential to lead by example and demonstrate the behavior you expect from your student. By consistently displaying positive and respectful behavior, you create a role model for students to emulate. This includes showing attentiveness, using appropriate language, adhering to classroom rules, and treating others with kindness and respect. Modeling ideal behavior not only establishes standards for students but also fosters a positive and conductive learning environment. 2. Build a relationship with students. Developing strong relationship with your students is a key to approaching and managing their behavior in the classroom. Take the time to get to know each students, show a genuine interest in their lives, and establish a sense of trust. When students feel cared for and understood, they are more likely to adjust their behaviors to be positive. Some ways to help you establish the close relationship with students, such as providing constructive feedback, acknowledging their achievements, encouraging collaborative activities, showing empathy and understanding, and engaging parents, guardians. 3. Communicate positively with families. Maintaining open lines of communication with students' families is crucial in nurturing a positive attitude in students. Regularly updating parents guardians about their child's progress and any concerns is essential. Collaborating with families to reinforce behavior expectations at home and at school helps create consistent approach in promoting positive behavior. 4. Document rules. Setting clear and concise behavior expectations from the beginning of the school years lays the foundation for successful classroom management. You need to set certain limits on students' behavior in classroom. Clearly communicate the rules, routines, and consequences to your students. Ensure that they understand the expectation and consequences of their actions. 5. Let students help establish guidelines. Allowing students to participate in the process of establishing guidelines can be a powerful approach to behavior management in the classrooms. By involving students in the creation of behavior guidelines, they develop a sense of ownership and responsibility for their actions. Encourage open discussions and brainstorming sessions where students can share their ideas and perspective on how the classrooms should operate. Collaboratively determine expectations, rules, and consequences that align with their needs, and promote a positive learning environment. When students have voice in setting guidelines, they are more likely to understand and adhere to them, leading to increased engagement and cooperation in the classrooms. Six, encouraging initiative. Encouraging initiative in the classroom is a powerful way to promote student growth and development. When students are empowered to take initiative, they become active participants in their own learning journey by providing opportunities for independent thinking, problem solving, and decision making. Educators can nurture essential skills such as critical thinking, creativity, and responsibility. Encouraging initiative also fosters a sense of ownership and engagement, as students feel proud and accomplishment in their learning journey. Conclusion. Classroom organization plays a vital role in shaping the learning environment. The choice of layout, whether traditional rows, U-shaped clusters, or circle, directly affects students' engagement, behavior, collaboration, and academic success. There is no one-size-fits-all arrangement. Effective organization depends on the teaching goals, class size, subject matter, and student needs. By thoughtfully arranging the physical space, teachers can create a more dynamic, inclusive, and productive classroom that supports both teaching and learning. And here's the references. Now part 2, I'm going to be solving the problem. I'm going to solving this problem in part 2. As you can see, as you can see in the slide, here is the first problem. To solution of this is that the Mr. Eliza needs to improve his classroom management by establishing clear rules and routines. This involves setting expectations for student behavior during discussions, such as raising hands to speak and respecting others. And he should make sure his lesson is engaging, so all students are actively participating. He should also use positive reinforcement and encouragement. Mr. Eliza should use descriptive language and maintain good communication with the students, and he needs to be aware of his nonverbal communications. He should also listen to the students. He should speak to the students who are misbehaving and tell them what they should be doing instead. The next slide, and here is the second problem. To solving this is that Miss Gyandra or Gyandra must establish and enforce classroom rules. She needs to make sure the students know what it is and what is not acceptable. Miss Gyandra should address Stefano's behavior directly, using descriptive and non-judgmental language. She should explain the impact of his action on the class, maintain open communication. She can use conflict resolution strategies to address Stefano's behavior, teaching him appropriate ways to express himself and interact with others. Miss Gander should use a proactive approach by engaging Stefano in class and giving him a positive feedback when he participates appropriately. And here's the last problem. And to solving this is that Miss Yeheskila should foster a peaceable classroom environment that emphasizes cooperation, respectful communication, tolerance, and positive emotional expressions. And she needs to identify and address the underlying causes of the conflict, such as intolerance, poor communications, or competitive atmosphere. She should teach the students how to cooperate rather than compete. This will help the students work together. And she also needs to teach the students effective communications and conflict resolution skills, focusing on respectful expression of feelings and needs. Feelings and needs. And thank you for watching my presentations. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.